Trib Live High School Sports Network is the official video and audio streaming partner of the WPIAL. We broadcast over 2,000 sporting events each year and cover 17 sports in over 170 schools. At HSSN, you'll find the latest in high school sports news, live and archive broadcasts, scores, standings, and much more. Trib Live High School Sports Network, your high school sports leader. All season, every season.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. Your home for the County of Champions.
Has a throw to first, and that's your ball game. Union has won its first ever WPIAL championship.
There it is. Champions, the Static Lancers.
Strike three. The Union Scotties, golden once again.
One gold, not enough. How about 2 district gold and 2 state gold for the Lady Lancers?
The top local athletes and the top sports moments all featured here, live or archived at lcsportsnet.com.
9 seconds. Anderson into the corner. It's forced for 3. Shot! Take time.
Wants to throw again. Directing traffic. Going for the quarterback in the end zone. Touchdown!
Featuring over 100 broadcasts of county events in over a dozen sports. Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Coming to you live from the Cavelli Fieldhouse. It's high school basketball here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. Tonight, a battle in Class 1A, Section 1. The Union Scotties hosting the Western Beaver Golden Beavers. Tonight's broadcast at lcsportsnet.com and the Trib Live High School Sports Network, brought to you in part by Maley Chiropractic, by Castle Asphalt, by Luxembourg Garment, Kelly and George, by The Red Zone, by Medore Bonner Law, by Pontius Insurance, by Penn Ohio Bottled Water, by Health and Motion Physical Therapy, by the Crane Room Grill, by Works in Progress Paint Services, by Lawrence County Child and Youth Services, by the Tri-County Principals Association, by the Union Area Education Association, the Union Volunteer Fire Department, and the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. I'm James Dotson, Tim Continenza alongside. Tim, a historic night potentially here. First off, they will be celebrating the 1973 and the 2003 basketball teams here at Union, but also a chance to maybe make some history here tonight as well.
Yeah, a combination of everything. You look back and celebrate the proud history of the Scotties basketball program, and we have an opportunity to see Matt Stanley possibly become the all-time leading scorer here at Union and with the Scotties. So he's a few points away, about 36 if I remember correctly. So it should be a interesting night here against Western Beaver in the sense that we're going to celebrate the past and really look into the history books going forward with possibly Matt Stanley surpassing everyone on the ladder here on the scoring table here in Union.
It's going to be a lot of fun. You see the standings right there. 30 points away as well from matching his father and head coach Mark Stanley on the all-time scoring list as well. So lots of potential milestones we could be seeing here tonight. We'll break it all down on our LGKG pregame show when we return. You're watching Lawrence County basketball, Union against Western Beaver, here at lcsportsnet.com.
Cold winds blowing, temperatures dropping, and snow is beginning to fall. And then your furnace goes out. LCAP's LIHEAP Crisis Program is here to help. If your furnace is blowing cold air, not turning on, or not reaching the desired temperature, help is right around the corner, whether it needs fixed or replaced. For information, call the Department of Healthy Homes at 724-656-0090. LCAP's Healthy Home programs are the key to safer living.
For 20 years, Maley Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game.
Maley Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Maley Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
Contractors, the Department of Healthy Homes needs you. From small to large residential projects, you can help families live safer and healthier with the quality work you do. It's rewarding in more ways than one. Call LCAP's Department of Healthy Homes today.
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
And this is our Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George pregame show. Let their law firm of AV-rated attorneys and super lawyers guide you through the legal process. Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George, keeping promises for over 80 years. Union Scotties at 17-1, perfect 7-0 in the section play so far. Western Beaver battling for that final spot in Section 1 in terms of making it into the postseason. 9-10 overall, 2-5 in the section. So big game for Western Beaver all the way down the stretch with their season. Union and Cornell on the road before hosting Rochester at the end of the year. Currently tied with Avella and split that season with Avella. So basically, if they hold par with what Avella has the rest of the way, they're in the playoffs. But more than anything, you're looking to come into a house here at Union. Haven't been very successful lately against the Scotties at all. 17 of the last 18, Tim, have been owned by Union. A very impressive number for these two section rivals that have been section rivals for almost 2 decades straight now.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. What I find statistically interesting here is looking at the Golden Beavers coming in tonight. They're giving up the same amount of points that they're scoring each game, 58.14, and giving up 58.4. They've scored 1,103 points. They've given up 1,110 points on the season. I mean, you couldn't be more of a basically a 500 team with that type of numbers, and they're 9-10 coming in overall, 2-5 in this section. I mean, obviously, it's a really unique scenario when you look at the numbers coming into tonight's game for Western Beaver.
It really is, and with eighth-year coach Dave Katoubi, it's been, baptism by fire at times. It's tough because your football team has started to have some pretty successful seasons with the co-op with Lincoln Park, so sometimes that keeps them out of the gymnasium a little bit longer going into the winter months. So, I mean, that's all just here or there, but right now the issue is you've lost 4 of your last 5 and 6 of your last 8 right now have the Golden Beavers. On the other side for Union, we can talk about we'll talk about Mark Stanley, both coach and the younger Mark Stanley, over the course of this evening, plenty. But obviously we know Matt Stanley's going to be the straw that stirs the drink, comes in leading the team at 14.5 per game. That's actually a 4 points per game average less than what he had last year. And a part of that is the fact that the number 2A, 2B scorer in his twin brother Mark has not been on the field since having off-season surgery after football season, hoping he's back for the playoffs just to take the load off and open some things around for Matt and company. But you look at the supporting cast, a Cam Taylor, who is deadly from downtown, Braylon Thomas, who has just really transitioned into a more pure basketball player, a great athlete going into even more of a great player overall. And, of course, Caden Fisher, we talked about him a lot on the football field. 7 rebounds per game. He's become a strong contender on all facets of the game.
They have, and they're led by, a very veteran head coach in Mark Stanley, who understands what to expect out of his players. He's been through so many different type of scenarios throughout his career. And then you look at the injury to Mark this year, not able to play, like you said, hoping to have him back maybe for the WPIAL playoffs and on. But they continue to play their style of basketball. They continue to find ways to win. And, off to a 17-1 start this year, just really phenomenal what they have able to achieve. And then you look at what, Matt Stanley has done for them. And then you add in the players that we've seen on the football field all season long, doing a great job for them, and Fisher and others who really have contributed to this team.
About 5 minutes away from tip-off here at the Cavelli Fieldhouse on what could be a historic night between the Scotties and the Golden Beavers. We'll have the halftime ceremony for the 2003 and 1973 teams. We will talk about that after this quick break, after our LGKG pregame show, as it continues right here at the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
When it comes to protecting those you love, the businesses you've built, or the things you've earned, you need someone you can trust. Who better to protect your interests than a local insurance agent? Pontius Insurance is a team of local agents helping local residents in Lawrence County and surrounding areas, specializing in auto, home, business, and life insurance. Come see Dan Pontius, Jessica Weiland, Tracy Giddings, and the rest of the team at Pontius Insurance and receive the personalized service you deserve.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
Wherever you're going, Axe can get you there. The bowling alley, beauty salon, and even the library. Axe can get you there safely. The grocery store, the pharmacy, and the bank. Axe can get you there comfortably. Going to work, visiting a friend, or just to relax at the park. Axe can get you there affordably. Axe is here to get you there safely, comfortably, and affordably. Choose Axe as your driving service and give us a call to schedule a ride.
Hey Scotty fans, it's Mrs. Ryan
and Miss Felina here on behalf of the Union Area Education Association.
And we want to wish all of our Scotties good luck this season. Go Scotties!
Back on our Luxembourg, Garvin, Kelly, and George pregame show. Let their law firm Baby-rated attorneys and super lawyers guide you through the legal process, keeping promises for over 80 years. And it feels like 80 years since we had the championship teams, but it was actually 50 years ago that this Union Scotties team made it to the state semifinals back in 1973. And then the miracle team, the Hoosier-style team, the number 12 seed Union Scotties basketball team 20 years ago in 2003, under Coach Mark Stanley, makes the crazy run. They win the WPIAL championship in the last moments. They win the state semifinals in overtime. That might have been double overtime against Kennedy Catholic before falling in the state championship. It's a couple of historic runs in Scotties history that we're going to have a chance to see the teams honored here at halftime. They're actually playing footage from that 2003 championship team, playing them right now in the hallway. And I know a lot of people are just standing in the hallway watching the computer screen over and over again. It's kind of fun to see how that's been going on here today, Tim. It's a fun night for past, present, and future of Scotties.
Hey, there's no question about it. And the presence is really impressive at 17-1 and 7-0. But you look back at the two championship seasons that you're talking about, back in 73 and in 2003. It's just amazing runs both those two teams have had. And be able to celebrate that here tonight with the potential of Matt Stanley maybe possibly eclipsing the all-time scoring record here at Union. It's just kind of a triple threat type night. So it should be a really interesting storyline developing throughout tonight's game.
Again, those who are just tuning in right now, Matt Stanley 30 points away from tying his father, which would put him in the second all-time in the scoring list. And 36, that's the point he needs to tie the all-time record set by Don Nogue, brother Rob Nogue, the principal here at Union. Well, Matt passed him in the last game. So, and oh, by the way, he's also the girls coach who is having another fantastic season, are the Lady Scots here at Union High School. We're going to step aside one more time, pay a couple bills, come back with starting lineups and opening tip here from Union High School. WPIAL basketball, Union against Western Beaver when we return at lcsportsnet.com.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
At LCAP Early Learning Centers, our kids are superheroes with extraordinary abilities to explore and learn. All our programs are filled with amazing children, but we need help. We're hiring group supervisors, assistant group supervisors, aides, and many other support positions. If you love to work with children as young as 6 weeks old, then you could be a superhero too. Help empower young minds in Lawrence County. Apply today at lcap.org.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in the Shannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
That was awesome.
Back on our LGKG pregame show as we're ready for tip-off. Starting lineups coming up next here at lcsportsnet.com and on our Trib Live High School Sports Network affiliate. We thank Trib Live High School Sports Network for all they do for us. Coach Mark Stanley, his 9th season. How about 224 wins here at the U? This is the second stint at Union, so a total of 16 years, by the way. Combined up with 3 years at Newcastle, over 250 wins for Coach Mark Stanley, the number 2 player on the all-time scoring list here at Union. And let me tell you what, he's hoping that number 2 becomes number 3 by the end of tonight. As starting lineups are being announced, we'll get them to you in a moment from Western Beaver, because we're going to literally turn the lights out and turn the sound up here at the home of the Scotties. Well, Tim, if that doesn't get your blood rushing, I don't know what will.
Nah, that is a great opening way to get a game started here at Union. Nothing better than seeing the lights swirl in the darkness as they introduce the Scotties to the crowd.
Western Beaver, the purple uniforms, Levi Gray, Xander Lefevre, John Backer, Chance Cottrell, and Carson Nachman were the 5 introduced as the starters here tonight. Scotties looking for maybe some history, but hoping more than anything just to get to 8-0, which would actually also clinch them at least a share of the section title. Ball is tipped, controlled by Fisher, and Stanley will bring it across the timeline, and we'll try to keep track of his numbers throughout the course of the evening. Fisher gives it off to Stanley. He's going to go right to the rack. Pump fake with it, and one. No, it will not go in, but you can tell right away. Hey, Matt, go to the hoop.
They went to the left side, had a nice lane down the left side, went right to the hole. Just a little too strong, but we'll go to the line, shooting 2.
Matt Stanley, how about this for an interesting stat? So he's 72% on the year. Tim, he's missed 13 free throws all year. 14 now, of course I would say that.
Of course.
But 7 of them, literally half of them, have come against one team, against Carleton in the 2 closest games of the year in section play for Union. So Matt on the board, 1 down, 35 to go if you're a Union fan. And a 5-second call on the inbounds. Full court pressure gives Union an extra possession right away.
Got to take advantage of it.
3-pointer on the way is good. There's an easy early one. It's only the 15th free of the year, though, for Matt Stanley.
Taking advantage of the opportunity. Open shot from the wing.
So Levi Gray, one of the 3 Gray brothers. At one point a couple years ago, Lee, we had 3 Stanleys and 3 Grays on the court at the same time. Let me tell you how much fun that broadcast was.
Well, you only had to learn 2 names.
Brennan Porter almost knocked that one away. Able to get it back, though, was Nachman. Driving in, little foul line jumper is off the mark, but an offensive rebound. Put back from Nachman off of the Lefevre miss is good. 4-2, quickly in transition, and a right-handed layup in transition. Peyton Lombardo, known as the 3-point specialist, but he got out in front of the defense on that one, Tim.
Yeah, he did a great job finding it. There's another loose ball opportunity there.
But it rolls right back to a 3-point effort. Levi Gray well off the mark, though. Here comes Stanley in transition, where he's very dangerous. Stop, pop. There he is, 3-pointer, no good for Lombardo. Offensive rebound. Again, Fisher averages 7 per game, and the putback up and in. Scotties with an 8-2 lead early. Fisher averaging now 5 points per game. Up big time from his average last year. This pass can be stolen away by Taylor. It's going to be a 3-on-2, maybe a 4-on-2, but his pass off the mark, stolen away by Nachman, and then an easy lay-in for Levi Gray at the other end.
That's what they want to do. They just want to continue to move the ball around. Here's another 3 opportunity.
This one off the mark, though, for Matt Stanley. Another offensive rebound. Fisher's going to go for the putback off the window and in. So a couple of putbacks now for Caden Fisher.
Yeah, that's what you want to do. You want to stay in the area of the line and take advantage of loose balls. He was right in the right position at the right time.
Trying to drive in. Kicks it out. Little 15-footer on the way. Back iron, no good. Rebound corralled by Stanley. Matt will bring it across the timeline. Setting up the motion offense. Top of the key for Fisher. To the left wing. Stanley already with 4. Gets it back. Those 2 play catch across the perimeter. 3-2 zone defense this time down the court. And Union showing good patience so far here in the motion, Tim. And then right as I say that, a 3-pointer on the way and off the mark for Lombardo.
Oh, look at that. Quick hands.
Another steal. Porter able to pass it down low, but Levi Gray quick hands right back to steal it away again. He stops. Good transition defense back for Union. Holding a 10-4 lead. 5 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Peyton Lombardo took that last 3. He's got 48 on the season. Had 70-plus last year. Does the senior. Now a transition 3 on the other side, and Cam Taylor is going to get in the action. He's the number 2 3-point shooter on the year, but that's his first of the night.
Yeah, that was right in the rhythm of the offense. He had the from the wing and just put it in.
To the right wing. Trying to dribble drive there is Chance Cottrell, but knocked away from him I got that 4 turnovers now against Western Beaver, but they're going to get a turnover right back. And of those 4 turnovers, I think on 2 of them, they've gotten the ball right back, Tim.
They have. I was just going to say, it's been kind of sloppy in a sense for both teams. They've been losing control of the ball, but they've been taking advantage of second opportunities to get it right back.
So inbound into the front court, barely getting it was Lefevre as Matt almost got another steal. First subs are in.
And
we're gonna
another turnover.
Yeah, first subs in for Union. Elijah Booker and Braylon Thomas both in there as part of forcing that turnover.
Another Modern Bonner Law turnover there.
5 already in the first 3 minutes and 40 seconds of action.
This change of possession brought to you by Modern Bonner Law, making sure you protect your possessions.
A community firm with personal connection and individualized service. You can visit them online at ModernBonnerLaw.com. Left wing, that's Booker. One of the many football players that didn't even get a chance to get onto the hardwood until mid-December after the historic Scotties football run. Crossover dribble into the lane goes Stanley. There's an and one.
Matt Stanley took it right down the left-hand side of the lane and just went right to the rack, high off the square and put it in. Now has the opportunity for the three-point play.
Subs coming in again. This will be the 8th player already for Union. One of the deepest benches you'll ever find, especially in Class 1A basketball. That's Lucas Stanley, the 4th of the Stanley brothers, and all 4 are on the bench tonight, though the oldest, Anthony Stanley, is now an assistant coach, graduated a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it's a family affair.
And, he's smart, though. He doesn't sit right next to Dad. He's 2 seats down. Bounce pass inside. Good hands from Levi Gray, and a good entry pass on the wing from Lefevre.
Yeah, seen the room and just put it right there.
Matt drives in, kicks it back out to younger brother, and Lucas Stanley, that's what he does well. He averages 8 per game. Now 22 threes on the year for him.
Yeah, to just work it inside and to throw it back out for the easy 3. A nice look there for the other Stanley.
Lucas, just a sophomore. Screen and roll, the pass over the top, and he's going to get a block from behind. I think it actually went off the leg of Backer, but they're going to say no. Last touch by one of the Stanleys, whether it was Matt or Mark.
Yeah, Lucas had nice position there, coming from behind, making sure his body was not going to get involved on that block, using all hands.
Jaden Wynn just checked into the ball game, so 9 players now into the action. Wynn, a 5'10 senior, and look at all the seniors on this roster, too. That's the other incredible thing for this Scotties team.
You got to take advantage. We have that type of leadership on the court all the time.
And again, one of their top seniors on the bench hasn't played a single minute this year. Lucas Stanley traveled with the basketball.
Yeah. He looked at, seen the opening to his left and just didn't put the ball down first before he made his move.
So with 3 minutes remaining, 19-6, the big number in question too. Matt Stanley with 7 points so far. There's going to be a turnover number 6. Carson Knockman travels it right back, and you'll see Connor Eckert checking in for the first time. Another one of those seniors, 10th player already on the court for Union. Connor Eckert, somebody who hasn't played since middle school. And Tim, you love hearing these stories of somebody who can come back and get involved in the offense right away and get involved with the team right away in this sort of facet.
It really is. It's important to be able to be that interchangeable. There's another 3 quickly here by Union.
Oh, the 6th of the year, Jaden Wynn's been in and out of the lineup, but he's actually the 6th different player to get a point now for Union today. We're going to have a double dribble called in the corner. Gray thought it was knocked away from him. The officials are not going to agree with that.
The turnovers that continue to pile up here for the Golden Beavers. That is something we're going to have to really pay attention. It's going to be a story of tonight's game. It's the story of tonight's score here in the first period. It's 22-6.
With 7 turnovers against Western Beaver already, and 5 substitutes on the court right now. So you even have the starting 5 at all out there for Union. Still the starting 5 that's been out there the whole time for Western Beaver. Thomas kicks in the corner for Wynn. Wynn being hounded there by Backer. He was not on the same page, tried to pass it back to Braylon Thomas, and stolen away there by Knockman. Right into the lane, and an and one opportunity coming for Xander Lefevre. Quarterback for the Western Beaver team. He's going to get to the line for an and one.
That impressive play, went right into the lane, pulled it up, and got hit on the arm, but was able to complete his shot and get the 2 points. Now looking for the 3-point play.
Second one first free throw, the only free throw on the way is no good. Connor Eckert gets that rebound. So Eckert, Thomas, Lucas Stanley, Elijah Booker, and Jaden Wynn are the 5 right out there for the U. Down to 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Works the weave, gives it back out to Thomas. Thomas pumps, gives it near side. Braylon Thomas averaging 8 points per game. Good skip pass over to Booker, and he's going to go back, direct the offense against this 3-2 zone defense. Actually looks like more of a matchup man. Sagging man now more in their face. A good backdoor cut to find Wynn. His bounce pass down low, gets it to Eckert, and he gets it in.
What a nice play there by Wynn. Seeing that cut inside, feeding him the ball, getting to the easy 2.
Deflected pass. Able to get it to Knockman, now knocked out of bounds with 90 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. An early Maley Chiropractic play of the game nominee potentially there, Tim.
Definitely. It was great to see Jaden Wynn back on the defensive side there, getting his hands and up and knocking that ball away, causing his inbound pass.
Union averaging 65 points per game. Right now they're on pace for just shy of 100. We've still got a minute and a half to go in the quarter, and
there's
another turnover.
Yeah, another Moderna Bonner Law Firm turnover.
First substitutes in the game now for Western Beaver. And almost getting a steal was a substitute, Dominicus, into the corner for Wynn. And now they'll bring it back out to run the offense. Elijah Booker is going to go right to the hoop. The defender falls down, gets to Eckert. Little spin shot over the left shoulder, no good. Offensive rebound bounces to Lucas Stanley. The lefty puts it up and in.
That was a nice play there by the lefty as he was able to get that rebound, make a nice move in the lane, and lay that up and in for an easy 2 there for Union.
Second team foul against Union on the inbounds. Elijah Booker sent Levi Gray to the ground. 26-8, strong start for the U here at home. Again, we'll have a celebration going on at halftime for the 1973 and 2003 teams. Make sure you stay tuned for that. We'll have the full coverage of it as Gray takes this foul line jumper off the mark. Thomas will sky up and grab the rebound for Union.
Actually had a nice look at that, just couldn't get it to fall.
Lucas Stanley will try one from the wing. He's got 8. Timeout called by Western Beaver. We'll take a quick one here as well. A Ponch's Insurance timeout here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
When it comes to protecting those you love, the businesses you've built, or the things you've earned, you need someone you can trust. Who better to protect your interests than a local insurance agent? Ponch's Insurance is a team of local agents helping local residents in Lawrence County and surrounding areas, specializing in auto, home, business, and life insurance. Come see Dan Ponch's, Jessica Weiland, Tracy Giddings, and the rest of the team at Ponch's Insurance and receive the personalized service you deserve. Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN.
Didn't get a chance to shout out our starting lineups tonight, brought to you by the Red Zone. Make sure you stop by the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock Township. Remember, Spirit Sale is a great way to raise money for your organization. See how you can score big at the Red Zone. In fact, Wilmington girls basketball, we'll see them next Thursday. They're starting a Spirit Sale right now. Make sure you keep tabs on that one. Visit theredzonesports.com for more information. Union in control early, leading by 21 in the first. Carson Knockman brings it back out on 20 seconds on the clock, being hounded by Eckert. Kicks it over to Gray. Gray double teamed there, back over to Knockman. Down to 10 seconds remaining in quarter number 1. High screen. Union switches on the screen, gets it into the corner. With it there is Gray. He'll back it back out. He didn't see the time. He didn't even see where the clock was. And
he had no clue.
So at the end of 1, all Union, 29-8 here at lcsportsnet.com. Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
When injuries get you sidelined, don't trust just anyone to get you back on the field. Visit Health in Motion Physical Therapy in Shenango Township. They want to get you back to the top of your game as quickly as possible with certified orthopedic and manual therapy. At Health in Motion, you receive quality one-on-one time with a board-certified physical therapist. Get the next generation of physical therapy to help in your recovery. Health in Motion is the first PT clinic in Western Pennsylvania to use the Nuvie, the neurobioelectric stimulator, in their therapies. Their technologies can reduce your time on the sideline from 3 or 4 weeks to just 3 or 4 days. Don't wait for months to see improvement. Notice a difference after your first visit to Health in Motion, keeping you moving. Start of the second quarter. Western Beaver will have first possession. They trail by 21. Starters back on the court for the U. Lucas Stanley with 8. Matt Stanley with 7, but he's going to get a steal and a left-handed layup to give him 9. He needs 30 to tie. Dad needs 36 to tie the school all-time record. Double team going into the corner, trying to switch it back out. Dita Minikinis almost had his pass get knocked away. Levi Gray, good job to track it down. Here early in quarter number 2, Union in control. Knockman kills the dribble. Almost another steal. It is another steal. Matt Stanley back-to-back steals, and this time goes with the right hand and gets in double figures.
Yeah, he got right in that lane, was able to get his hands down low, make that steal, and then take advantage of it and race down the court on the right-hand side for that easy 2 layup.
Medor Bonner-Law changing possession yet again. 10 turnovers for Western Beaver. Most of them have been forced turnovers from this Scotties defense. And grab another one as Cam Taylor's going to strip it. It's going to lead to a breakaway and trying to get it ahead. How about Fisher letting it go and Lombardo getting the lay-in?
Yeah, it was really nice. Lombardo made a nice move to the bucket, and Stanley seen it, gave it a nice bounce pass to him, put it up and in.
And that's why Stanley's 36 tonight will probably be tough to get, because if he was selfish and wanted to go for the scoring record, he probably would have just taken that the whole way himself.
Yeah, and that's being a coach's son. You see different things.
Yes, you absolutely do. And that time he does go to the hoop, no good on the shot. Saved by Porter out of bounds, and bodies flying all over the place. The held ball possession will stay with Union, but you're right. I mean, that's why he's also, the team leader in assists and just about every other stat category as well.
Exactly, and that's what you want, out of any team player. Obviously, Union right now off to a great start, up 25 points. They have a chance to do a little history here tonight, but they're going to try to do it within the offense.
Ball knocked out of bounds on the rebound, but I think we're going to get over and back called against Union. Cam Taylor's three-pointer off the mark, but here you go. 7 players already in the scoring book for Union. 4 of the 5 starters, plus Eckert and Stanley, Lucas Stanley that is, off the bench. That foul against Brennan Porter, the only starter not in the scoring column yet here today.
And Coach Mark Stanley, got to love that idea. Just, spreading the wealth, getting everybody involved, running the offense, and finding easy buckets, and they have done that. And this is what they've done all night here.
Yeah, just complete denial, and the shot up and good in transition for Cam Taylor.
Yeah, Cam's seen that perfectly. Again, quick hands in the passing lane, steals the ball, and takes it to the hoop.
5:30 remaining in this first half. Ball is going to be bounced. That's off the back of Taylor. He gets the steal, gets it up to Matt Stanley, and he's going to take it all the way this time to the hoop. 13 points for Matt Stanley. Spin move for Chance Contrill. Kicks it back out Lefevre. Now it's going to be stolen away by Matt. Can he get his feet under him? Yes, he can. Make it 15. Timeout. Western Beaver, 41-10. All Union here. We'll take a 30-second timeout as well here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Works in Progress Painting wishes a successful and satisfying season to all Lawrence County sports teams and athletes. Work hard and bring honor to your team and how you play. Joe Wright and his family have been providing painting, window cleaning, and other property services for homeowners and businesses in the Lawrence County area for over 10 years. Their goal on every project is to provide a meaningful service that honors their customer, God, and their family, and to have fun while doing it. Works in Progress is now booking interior painting and related projects for the winter season. Call Joe today, 724-714-4294 to discuss your next project.
41-10 your score. 18 points. Real quick, congratulations, Brody Shenango, who just hit his 1,000th point in his career.
Yeah, we got to see him last week. A very impressive player. We've watched him over the years.
Only a junior. So he's only going to continue to grow as well. Been fun to watch him, and actually we'll see him next Friday. They play Aliquippa in the section finale. It'll be a fun one to watch for sure. Shane tripped on the backcourt. There was D. Dominicus, and that leads for an extra run out. Stanley can't get the ball to go. Kick out, three-pointer on the way. No good for Lombardo. Matt Stanley being like his twin brother with the rebound and put back.
Nice positioning there, never giving up on the ball. Tips it to himself and puts it in. And now he's looking for that second 15 to get to dad's score.
Now almost gets another steal, goes into the backcourt, so no over and back. So we got him at 17 points. Look at the quick hands, though. He got his hand on that one, too.
That's the key in defense in basketball. You have to have those quick hands. You have to be able to cut off passing lanes and challenge dribbles. And that's what they've done so well here in the first half. They forced Western Beaver to really question about every pass they're making. And once you get in the heads of an opponent, it becomes even more difficult for them to really make those passes without double thinking about everything they're trying to do.
17 in the first 12 minutes of play here, and now how about
there
that?
it is again.
The athleticism, Braylon Thomas says it's a line change out there for Union, a fresh 5, and Lucas Stanley says, hey, big brother, I want to get double figures too. He's got 10.
There's the foul from behind.
Yeah, Booker's going to pick up his second, no question about that one. But that's a foul that in transition, you're kind of okay with. It's only the 4th team foul as well. That's just an aggression foul going for a ball that's kind of out there.
I mean, fouls are part of the game, and you're going to run into it. It's just there, like you said, more of aggression. But that's a coachable moment. When you get into the film series, you'll be able to talk about it, staying under control, recognizing where you're at.
Three-pointer from the top of the key, rattles in and out, no good for Blake Marshall, who just checked in.
And that might have been the best offensive series that they had, even though the ball went in and out for Western Beaver. That was a nice roll of the motion offense where they got an open shot.
How about the skip pass from the quarterback?
Yeah, what a shock, huh? Great vision. Finds him wide open in the corner.
Shocker, there's another Stanley who can shoot the basketball, and there's another Stanley sitting at the scorer's table ready to check back in. And you know what? I think they all realize at this point what tonight could be. And I know that in the end, Coach Stanley, when I've talked to him, has said, I just want it to be done with. I mean, we know it's going to happen at this rate at some point. We just want to get it done before the postseason happens. So I think that could be part of the mindset here tonight. See if we can get Matt to that number, almost Vinny Cugini style.
Yeah, it is. And it's more than anything, and not to really deliver the scoreboard, it's a 28-point lead. And I mean, a 38-point lead. In the first half, you have the normal clock. You have 2:45 left. When we get into the second half, we're going to have a mercy rule here.
Yeah.
And the clock is going to continue to run. So the opportunity offensively for Union to score is going to diminish quite a bit. And right now, for Matt Stanley to actually score extra points, he's going to have to do it here in the first half.
Braylon Thomas gets to steal off the inbounds, won't get it to go, but he'll go to the line to shoot a pair, looking for his first points of the evening with a 38-point lead. And, at this point, too, as well, I mean, you hope, you don't know, but you hope that you have you've had a conversation before the game between the coaching staffs. It's not like we're trying to intentionally run up the score, but, there is something significant going on tonight, and we want to do it at home as well as a big part of it, too.
Yeah, and it's just a combination of different factors. You're going to see, I think, both teams recognize what's going on. But more importantly, for Union, you just got to continue to run your game, your offense, and not try to do anything more than that. Now, Western Union, Western.
I knew you were going to do that at some point tonight.
It was just a matter of time. Western Beaver needs to really take this opportunity to run their offense. That's a nice opportunity. That three just kind of bounced in and out there for Gray. But he got fouled. He didn't go to the line shooting three here.
Yeah, 3 foul shots coming after Jaden Wynn committed the personal. A good step back three. A little James Harden-esque there on that one, and thought it was down and out. First one up and good for Levi. He leads all Western Beaver scorers with 4. Or with 5 now, after that free throw. Second one on the way and good as well. or Western Beaver with 2 section games remaining after tonight. Union still has to play Avella, and I also believe they still have to play Rochester on the road, not listed on the schedule. That's the game that's on Tuesday next week. So both freebies are good. Matt Stanley with the ball, and again, such a good facilitator from the point guard spot, and there it is. He pumps one way, finds the other, and Jaden Wynn knocks it down.
Exactly. And then, again, you're going to run your offense. You're not going to try to do anything more than that. And there's just, Matt doing what he does all season long.
That's
another turnover.
That's Elijah Booker has done all season long. And we're going to have a whistle and a floor foul on the reach-in after that turnover. I got that as 14 turnovers in the game. I'll have a moment, give a shout out to our friends at Penn Ohio Bottled Water. Give them a call for delivery of your 3 or 5 gallon water cooler systems. That's Penn Ohio Bottled Water. Inbounds pass to Wynn. He's going to try to make it 9, and he gets the friendly roll.
Yeah, when you got a shooter's touch, you get that to fall in.
And how about this? Special night for him. He only had 5 threes on the year coming into the night. Mentioned he was in and out of the lineup. That's 3 threes already for him. 7 total for the Scotties from beyond the arc. No good on that shot there from Western Beaver. Crossover dribble. Thomas trying to go coast to coast. High off the glass, no good. Matt Stanley gets the rebound, and he's going to bring it back out. Tries to drive back in. Gives it out to Braylon. He'll take the left wing 3. Down and out, no good. Ball on the floor. How about Elijah Booker flying on the ground? Looked like he was getting one of those fumble recoveries he got all through the football playoffs.
Yeah, he did, and that was really nice to see him get down on the ground. Even though the arrow's going the other way, you want to get to those loose balls. Those 50-50 balls are so important in the game. No matter what your opponent may have on the scoreboard, you have to go after it each and every time.
A couple new players checking back into the contest for Western Beavers. A couple of their starters back in, Chance Contrell being one of them. Ball to the high post there, that's Lefevre. Turns, faces, good handoff to Gray as he gets into the lane. Good acrobatic shot. Levi Gray's got 8.
Yeah, Gray's looked nice here tonight. Just in the flow, trying to get some space. It's been tough, tight defense here by the Scotties.
Jaden Wynn, pump, step aside, no good on the shot. Offensive rebound. Smallest man on the court is getting all the rebounds right now in Elijah Booker. And again, another great find, but can't get it to go. Braylon Thomas going to go. He finds the cutter. Matt was going to put it in for an and 1.
Now, that's just great teamwork there. You're running your offense. You find the cutter. He makes the shot, unable to complete the shot. The ball's loose. He gets the rebound, and he finds Matt cutting down the lane, and he takes it to the hole. Not only gets the bucket, but he picks up the foul with the opportunity for the three-point play with 44 seconds remaining.
Free throw, nothing but net. Unofficially at 20. We will confirm that number at halftime. That means he's 10 away from passing his dad, or matching his dad, I should say, on the all-time scoring list here at Union. It's been all Scotties here in the early going. Pass to the corner, able to track it down there is Gray. He'll take a step back 3 again, this time too strong. Matt with the rebound, 2-on-2. He's going to go right at the defenders. Good Euro step, left-handed layup is in. That's the offhand there, Lee.
Yeah, that is a great play there by Matt. As he recognized what was going on, was able to use his left hand, strong to the hoop, to the square for the 2-pointer. Another turnover here.
Yeah, this is Eckert who gets the steal, gets it up to Stanley with 5 seconds on the clock. How about a half-court shot? No, he's going to get to the 3-point line, put it up at the buzzer. Why not, Matt Stanley?
Why not? Exactly. That's what you needed to do if you're the Union Scotties here in the first half. You use the entire 16 minutes. You run your offense. You didn't see any forced shots by Matt Stanley here tonight, and it was all within the offensive run, and they were able to put 63 points up here in the first half.
We're going to try to keep it right here. We're going to keep it right here for the presentation of the championship teams, with Union leading at the half, 63-15. What's up? Yeah. Actually, do this first and then switch it.
Members of the team include Sam Bernstein, Rick Adams, Bob Lasker, Bob Seminara, Dave Bowers, Dave Morris, Ken Hunt, Ken Solomon, Dave Morris, John Christner, Rick Flynn, John Fiesta, John Hammond, Joel Lanza, Scott Benedict, managers Joe Jerome,
93-2003.
The 2015 became the PIA runner-up and still remains the only Union basketball team to ever win a WPIAL championship, as well as the state basketball runner-up. They had an overall record of 20-10, and their banners were proudly displayed in our gym today. Be sure to check out the highlight video playing in the hallway, and thank you all players, coaches, and managers for the wonderful memories of making us all Union proud.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student sports season. A $2 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes and or all therapies there. From the athletes of tomorrow to the warriors and everything in. Let Melee Chiropractic keep the game.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
Halftime here.
Nice stretch.
Yeah, good stretch. We had to make sure our camera's all good to go. Ignore the scores on the bottom line here during our Castle Asphalt halftime show. We do have some scores coming in for you right now. Laurel leading Swickley at the halftime, 28-15. You can watch that one on the Lawrence County SportsNet right now. Neshannock all over New Brighton at half, 29-14, and a close one down at Riverside. Mohawk leading 29-28 over Riverside. Here's a good one. Newcastle, their only section loss of the year came to Central Catholic at home. Okay, we'll try to get you a score update on that one. They thought we had the score update. That was from the previous game. Where they ended up. That was the first game they played without Isaiah Boyce. How about Boyce being back? That's huge news right now for the Canes.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing news. That was a huge concern, but to add that back to their lineup and to their offense will be a big part of their run in 6A in the Whipple this year.
It absolutely will be. And right now the storyline here with the 63-15 score at the halftime break. Tim, it's all about Matt Stanley right now is the question. 25 points, so that means he needs 6 and 12. 6 to get into second place, passing his father, and 12 to break the all-time scoring record. We did get that confirmed here at the halftime break to make sure we have it all lined up. And now the question is, how do you manage to do that with a running clock and a 48-point advantage at the half?
Well, it's a tricky thing for any head coach. There's no question about that. You don't want to look like you're just piling it on, but you also have milestones within reach and a special night here in Union where you're celebrating 2 terrific runs by 2 different teams, in the 1973 and the 2003 team who both made big runs here at Union and had a wonderful remembrance back. So it could be a big celebration here in Union. I do want to give a quick shout out to our out-of-town scoreboard by the Crane Room. grab a seat at the bar, in the dining room, in the loft, or outside in the patio. There's plenty of room at the Crane Room. And you give them a call ahead of time at 724-656-1553.
And with that, second half underway, 6-12. That's the scores we're looking for. 6 more points to pass his father, the head coach. Matt Stanley goes right to the hoop. That's one way to do it, except it doesn't go in. And even Dad has to look at the bench with a little shrug as it somehow didn't go.
Can't get them all.
Well, he's going to get a 2-on-1 opportunity with the steal from Cam Taylor. No good on the shot, and he's going to get his own putback. And even there, it looked like he wanted to give it back to Matt.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting storyline throughout here in the the third and fourth quarters.
Hey, I just saw Matt give himself the calm down, just play your game.
Yeah, that's exactly. You got a game. You got a second half to play. You just got to do what you've been doing all season long.
That shot off the mark, no good. Rebound for Caden Fisher. Remember, it is a running clock the rest of the way. Brennan Porter is going to get the pass and an assist from Matt Stanley. We don't want to see that, Matt.
He's just going to continue to add on to his totals.
We say that jokingly because that's just the kind of kid he is. A lot of these times he may have chances to get layups, and it's been, the way he plays the game is as a team player. He's been the point guard for 3 years as a starter. He was the first man off the bench. He and his brother Mark, both the first off the bench as freshmen. So they've both been, playing their respective roles for 4 straight years, basically, with the Scotties.
And that's the key of leadership. Like I said earlier, when you're a coach's son, you see the game a little different. There's a steal here by Matt.
And make it 27 points. So 4 away from passing his dad for second all time.
And you can see he's not pulling up to hit a 3. He's not doing anything showboating. He's just playing the game within the confines of what's available. And if it's a pass down low for an easy 2 for his teammate, he's going to take it.
3-pointer off the mark. Rebound tracked down by Porter. He's going to get pickpocketed from behind. Good hands coming back by Levi Gray. Only the 6th turnover against Union, unofficially at 16 right now for Western Beaver. Gray will take a deep 3, nothing but net.
Gray has looked nice tonight.
Yeah, he's got 11 of the 18. That's he's got a smooth shot, too, when he's got the open space.
And that's something I think you'll see improve as time goes by.
Matt's going to get tied up. He thought he actually almost did muscle all the way through it, but it will be a held ball and a turnover. Clock running with the mercy rule here, Tim.
Yeah, and that's going to be interesting to watch. I think this third quarter here, where Matt's going to get his points is what we've seen, where he maybe gets his hands into the passing lanes and then has a kind of a clear run to the hoop. I don't think necessarily you're going to see him run the offense where he's going to be taking 3s.
3-pointer in the corner off the mark. Going to the ground was Backer. He was just boxed out, says the official. Get it back to Stanley. Stanley gets inside the lane. And again, bounce pass. Reverse layup, no good for Fisher. Trying to track it back down, but runs out of real estate.
Yeah, got caught underneath the basket there. Went underneath it, tried to use it as an obstacle to get away from the defense, but just couldn't quite finish. But you got to love the way Matt's playing. I mean, again, every time he sees an opportunity to get one of his teammates involved, he has. It hasn't been all been about him. Here's again, and just showing off what I'm talking about. Finds a trailer and tries to put it up and in.
Taylor doesn't get it to go, and I'll bet Matt's one of the ones, too, that ends up saying, look, play the game. He can't get the put back on that one either. He said he wants to play the game the right way. Doesn't want to go for the numbers. And one opportunity, no, it's going to fall in and out for Western Beaver on the other end. So 2 free throws coming, which will stop the clock as Chance Cottrell, the junior, will go to the line.
Be interesting to see if we get some new players coming in for either team here with the, but I don't see anyone getting to the scoring table, so it doesn't look like it's going to happen.
Yeah, not yet at least. First free throw off the mark for Cottrell. 27 points right now for Stanley. As the second free throw is good. Needs 36 to tie, 37 to break the all-time school scoring record. His team with a 50-point advantage. What a backdoor cut and what a find from Cam Taylor to get to Caden Fisher.
Yeah, Caden Fisher read that perfectly. Went right down the right lane, got a nice feed and put it up and in.
I'll joke about him dropping a pass in the WPIAL championship game as the tight end.
Yeah.
Securely got that one with 2 hands and put it off the window and in, and securely grabs that rebound.
Exactly.
Bounce pass, and look at this. Oh, but Taylor can't get it to go.
Missed.
And Taylor's frustration with himself that that one didn't go in. Three-pointer in the corner. Good response from Carson Knockman, the 5'9 senior with 5 points. Number 5 going right to the rack the other way. He's blocked away, but there will be a foul. So Stanley will go to the line, and this is where he does make a living. This will be number 5 and 6 attempts from the line tonight. Just for some quick numbers, free throw attempts, 54 this year, and that's with playing not a whole lot of second halves either, Tim. That's a pretty good number of free throws to attempt over the course of a season.
It really is, and as you mentioned, that was just within the realms of what they do. He took it down the left-hand side. He had 2 players on him and, drew the foul and went to the line and hit them both.
He's got 29.
So he's 1 away from
from
tying, 2 from taking the second place, passing up his father, who's on the bench.
His head coach, well, he's been his coach for 18 years of his life.
Yeah.
And been about 18 years of his career here in Lawrence County. And Matt's going to go right to the line, and he's going to get the end one.
And
there it is. He passes his father, Mark Stanley, for second all-time. Now with 31 points on the night for Matt.
And now he's within 5.
So he is now 5 away from tying. He just passed Dad for second all-time. Now 5 from breaking the all-time scoring record. 32 on the evening. 4 to tie. And look, how many are at the scorer's table right now, Tim?
Yeah, and that's exactly what you needed to do.
You knew it was coming. To the foul line, good ball movement. D. Dominicanis kicks it back out for a Levi Gray 3. That's another one. He is smooth from downtown. He's got 14. Running the motion offense. Another backdoor cut.
Beautiful cut. Oh,
and there's the slam from Caden Fisher. I asked him if he was going to dunk tonight. He said, nah.
Well, when you're left all alone by yourself, you might as well take it.
He's got 8. And Matt's going to get a steal. Matt going to try to go right to the hoop. He's going to put it off the window and gets it to go. 34 for Stanley.
2 away from tying, 3 from the all-time scoring lead.
And another steal, looking for the trailer. He's going to get it to him. This is for the record, folks. He got it! Matt Stanley is the Union Scotties all-time scoring record holder.
What a nice way to do it, too. You get a steal, you get it into the lane. He looks back for him at the top of the key and puts it in. Exciting to witness. This Scotty team has really just poured it on here tonight, done everything they can. They have achieved everything they could right now, and now it's kind of a line change time.
Yes, so now it's over. 7, he passed it. So that three-pointer gave him 37, so that makes him sole possession of first place. Passing Donnie Nogue for first on the all-time scoring list. There is your official updated numbers on your screen. Matthew Stanley, and I'll tell you what too, Tim, I mean, he's been my student the last 3 years in class, and there's, you couldn't have asked this to happen to a better person, first and foremost, than Matthew Stanley.
I'm not shocked. I mean, we've got to watch him play over the last few years, you and I, and just the opportunity to see him grow as a person and as a senior to get this opportunity. It's really impressive. But again, it goes back to, the family of the Stanleys, what they represent, what they do, and how they hold themselves up.
Yeah, shout out to the entire family. Obviously, Coach Mark Stanley, Mother Beth. Anthony Stanley on the bench, the older brother. He's been talking back and forth all week, all year really, with me, figuring things out. numbers-wise. Of course, his twin brother Mark, I know he wishes he could be out there as well, getting back from the injury. And then younger brother Lucas, who's out there right now, as Matt actually still on the court for the moment with the clock winding down. Levi Gray hit his third three-pointer of the quarter on that last possession for Western Beaver. Braylon Thomas looks to try to answer at the line with a pair of free throws coming up, Tim. But everybody knew. Like, people were keeping count. Everybody's asking as we're walking around what the numbers were. And everybody knew he was right there. And how fitting was it as the trailer. And with the number of times that he's found Fisher tonight, it's the other way around, the two buddies.
There you go. Standing ovation time for Matt. He's deserved it. Take a seat. Enjoy your moment there, Matt Stanley.
And I just heard someone in the stands here near us, Tim. Now that that's taken care of, now you can just focus on being better for the playoffs coming up.
And that's exactly it. I mean, you've got an entire squad here. You're going to get a lot of minutes here tonight. And maybe some minutes that they don't normally see.
Lucas Stanley no good on his three-point attempt. I think it's the first one he's missed from downtown tonight. Ball knocked out of bounds. It will stay with Union. Clock winding down, under 15 seconds remaining in the third quarter. They'll get into the backcourt, right back to Thomas. 5 on the clock. He takes a look, and he's going to pull up from the volleyball line. Back iron, no good. Can they get a shot off at the buzzer? It is just a second late from Eckert. At the end of 3, it's 84-28. Union leading Western Beaver here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
In need of a lawyer? Contact Medore Bonner Law, a boutique firm offering tailored legal services in over 120 years legal experience. County residents with strong family ties to the community, Jason Medore and Michael Bonner, established Medore Bonner Law to provide clients with legal expertise and personal attention. Guided by their professional staff, you can feel confident your rights will be protected. Call attorneys Jason Medore or Michael Bonner, or visit MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
Hey Scotty fans, it's Mrs. Ryan
And Miss Felina here on behalf of the Union Area Education Association.
and we want to wish all of our Scotties good luck this season. Go, Scotties!
Best seat in the house is on HSSN.
Fourth quarter underway. Here at LCSportsNet.com, if you're just joining us, Matt Stanley with 37 points tonight to break the school all-time scoring record set by Donnie Nogue back in the late 80s, early 90s. Three-pointer on the way for John Backer is off the mark. Good rebound in the corner by Levi Gray. Tiptoeing the sideline, finds the cutter, knocked away. Jaden Wynn, he's got 9 points tonight. So the other scores right now, 13 for Lucas Stanley, 9 for Wynn, 8 for Caden Fisher. Wynn looking for his fourth three-pointer. Boom.
Nice play there. He let the defender, he did a little fake up behind him, took a step to his right, and just landed up and hit that three. There's Gray again.
He's got 4 threes to match Jaden Wynn. Levi Gray with 20 points. He says, you know what? 37 for Matt Stanley. I want to try to get my way up there. We're going to have another line change coming down as players shuffling their way down the bench for the U. Trying to get everybody some minutes here on this historic night that they celebrated the 1973 and the 2003 championship team.
It has been a fun night here on the hard court here in Union.
And just even cooler, too, having all of these players here from the past, Tim,
Yeah.
to be able to witness, history. I mean, all the great players that have come through Union. Other than Newcastle, there is no school in Lawrence County that has more 1,000-point scorers on the men's side. Now, I have to say, with a caveat, though, he is not the school's all-time leading scorer, period. He is the all-time boys basketball leading scorer is Matthew Stanley, because there is one player from the early 2000s on the Union squad, on the women's team, that ended up scoring more points in her career, actually just shy of 2,000. I want to get the exact number here as more players coming in. We'll get you some names in a second. Three-pointer off the mark. Jamel Mitchell will get that rebound and come down the court. Harlan Busby graduated in 2003 with 1,746 on the all-time scoring list. The overall scoring leader, Matthew Stanley, at now 1,593, could very potentially get to that number.
Yeah. With a nice run this year, anything is possible.
This one's knocked out of bounds. Possession will go back over to Western Beaver. Real quick, those on the court, number 1 is Andrew Gettings, 25, Grayson Blakely, 22, Rocco Galmarini. Also out there, number 3, Dom Cusatrone, and Jamel Mitchell, who just lost the ball going out of bounds, wearing number 32. Your fresh 5 out there for Union.
I was going to say, just in front of me, sitting here in the second to the top stands, is members of the 73 team. Little did I not know who that was in front of me, and a couple of them were talking about their careers and saying how many points they scored. And the gentleman to my right goes, well, he's already scored more in the first half than I scored in my entire career.
Grayson Blakely no good on the three-pointer. Jamel Mitchell put back no good. He's going to pinball it to himself. Again off the window, can't get it to go. Slap out towards midcourt. Galmarini trying to track it down, but getting it first was Carson Nachman. Reverse layup attempt for Gray, off the mark. Wrong color. Blakely hands it off to Gettings. Skip pass over to Cusatrone. He'll try a 3-ball. Short, no good. Little man followed his own shot. Tried to throw it off the leg of Cottrell and ended up basically putting it right into his breadbasket.
I'm really watching Levi Gray. He's just so fun to watch, just the way he moves around without the ball.
Again, a coach's son. His dad, the longtime football coach for a while at Western Beaver, as that was John Backer getting his first points, the junior. Behind the back dribble. Nifty moves from Rocco Galmarini. Grayson Blakely trying a 3-pointer off the mark there as Nachman will get the rebound. He'll come down the court. We're going to have to give a couple of shout-outs here. Losing it and getting it back on a little floater was Nachman. We won't have any bonus free throws here tonight, so give a shout-out to our friends at Health in Motion Physical Therapy. Remember, no referral needed to visit Health in Motion Physical Therapy, as Blakely cannot get the putbacks to go in.
But he got fouled. I believe he's going to hit the line.
Yeah, Blakely, the 5'10 junior. How about this? He made so many plays on the football field. I think he had 8 interceptions defensively, a bunch of 2-point conversions. He did not officially have a catch on the year, though. He had a long reception in the playoffs against Laurel that was called back for a penalty. So many 2-point conversion catches, but actually never officially got a reception during gameplay.
Yeah.
One of the interesting stat lines that you'll ever hear. It's almost like Jerome Bettis, 5 carries, 1 yard.
3 touchdowns or 4 touchdowns that day, yeah.
The only reason I remember that one personally there, Tim.
It was a fantasy football night.
It was my first year playing fantasy football.
I had the same player.
I didn't know a lot of guys. I picked a couple extra Steelers I probably shouldn't have.
He had a big year just scoring quick touchdowns that year. He went every time they got inside the 5. He was a big scorer for them.
You'll take it.
For the Steelers. It was
Gray no good on the shot. Rebound coming out by Blakely. Down to 3 minutes left. He's going to get the return pass. Pumps, finds an open lane. Good bounce pass to get it to Mitchell, and he still can't get the bunny to go.
Oh.
He puts the hands between the legs.
You can see you say, how did I miss that one? It was right there. It was a beautiful lead, and he just couldn't quite finish it.
Now you got the freshman team who was out there. You got Nate Chernecki, Jaden Townsell in there. Dom Cusatrone stayed in the game. Keaton Kupka is in there, as well as Evan Burns, the 5 out for Union, and 5 new players coming on for Western Beaver as well. Blake Marshall back out there. Giovanni Samble as well. This pass up ahead looking for Hohenschel, and he's going to put it off the window and in. Quick points for Nick Hohenschel.
Yeah, nice change of possession there, taking advantage of that fast break.
And Eli Cooper is the other one out there on the court with under 2 minutes to play here in tonight's contest. A historic one and a fun one. I'm glad we were able to pull this one off here tonight, Tim.
It's great. I tell you what, ain't too many games where you see an 87-35 score that you think has been a fun night to broadcast. But tonight was special. There's no question about it.
Giovanni Samble is going to get a pair of points on that reverse layup. Well, we give a shout out to a couple of our Union students who are helping out. Running the camera tonight is Kelly Cleaver, our scoreboard operator tonight. Big thanks to Denon Bowen stepping in at the last second. Getting the steal there, and pass up to Blake Marshall. to get points. Now 8 players for Western Beaver in the scorebook tonight. Drive in for Kusatrone. Floater is good.
Nice little runner.
5'6" freshman Dom Kusatrone increases the lead back up to a 50-point advantage here at the U. A historic night with under a minute to play. Backing his way in there is Cooper. Nice scoop shot as he lost it, got it back. Putback attempt from Marshall is off the mark. Trinecki's going to get the rebound. Baseball pass up ahead. Looks to get it to Jaden Townsend. He's going to put it up, and it's going to get knocked away at the last second. Possession will stay with Union.
That is a coachable moment because he brought the ball down low underneath and gave the defense a chance to recover and knock that ball out of his hands. If he uses his shoulder and keeps it up high, he probably can go right through the hole.
Running through, and they're going to get a foul. Kusatrone ends up getting checked into the boards accidentally at the end of the play there. Going to the line, that is Carter Marshall. So Blake Marshall already with a basket. Now the freshman Carter will get his chance. Clock stops at 16 seconds remaining. First free throw off the mark, no good. We'll have our Tri-County Principals post-game show. We're hoping to talk with Coach Stanley, talk with Matt Stanley hopefully as well. I wonder if Don Nogue is in the house tonight. I know obviously Rob, the principal, Mr. Nogue is here. We talked to him on Monday night. That was fun. Ball's going to go out of bounds, and that's going to be how this one comes to an end. 89-39, your final score. Back with the Tri-County Principals post-game show when we return here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale-Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
Are you looking to make a difference? Well, here is your opportunity. Lawrence County Child and Youth Services is looking for compassionate foster parents now. If you are over the age of 21, in good health, and wanting to help a child in need, we're in need of you. Receive free training and compensation by becoming a foster parent. Call 724-658-2558 and let Bill, Brooklyn, and Heather get you started. Make a difference and become a foster parent today.
Best seat in the house is on HSSN.
Works in Progress Painting wishes a successful and satisfying season to all Lawrence County sports teams and athletes. Work hard and bring honor to your team in how you play. Joe Wright and his family have been providing painting, window cleaning, and other property services for homeowners and businesses in the Lawrence County area for over 10 years. Their goal on every project is to provide a meaningful service that honors their customer, God, and their family, and to have fun while doing it. Works in Progress is now booking interior painting and related projects for the winter season. Call Joe today, 724-714-4294, to discuss your next project.
At LCAP Early Learning Centers, our kids are superheroes with extraordinary abilities to explore and learn. All our programs are filled with amazing children, but we need help. We're hiring group supervisors, assistant group supervisors, aides, and many other support positions. If you love to work with children as young as 6 weeks old, then you could be a superhero too. Help empower young minds in Lawrence County. Apply today at lcap.org.
That was awesome.
Hey Scotty fans, it's Mrs. Ryan
And Miss Felina here on behalf of the Union Area Education Association.
and we want to wish all of our Scotties good luck this season. Go, Scotties!
Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN.
For the most complete recap of Friday night's high school football action, tune in on your way home from the game to the WPIAL Scoreboard Show, only here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Hi, this is Don Rebel. Join me in a cast of thousands for all the scores with recaps from the top games, plus we highlight the night on the Trib Live.
DNR Lawn Care can take care of all of your landscaping and grass cutting needs. They are fully insured, accept just about any payment method, and have nearly 20 years of experience in the lawn maintenance business. Call DNR Lawn Care today to schedule an estimate or send them a message on Facebook. DNR Lawn Care. Have your lawn done right.
It's our Tri-County Principals postgame show here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. Long delay there to start the postgame show as we're trying to get Coach Stanley and Matt Stanley up here to the booth because, well, it is a historic night to say the very least. Tim, 37 points. It's the all-time record holder, and again, couldn't have happened to a better player, to a better person, Matthew Stanley, breaking that all-time record. Let's get that graphic back up there again. There it is, Matt Stanley on top of the boards.
What's really impressive, James, is in an 89-39 ball game, he didn't actually just get fed the ball the entire night. He ran the offense. They did exactly what they're designed to do. He took a lot. He made a lot of steals. He made a lot of turnovers and got into open court and did that. Matter of fact, he hit that three at the end of the third quarter to win. Actually, to exceed the 36 points needed to break the record. And the only 2 threes he had in the game, far as I can remember, was the one at the end of the half, and that one that broke the record.
He did hit one other in the first quarter. So
he did get one
but
more?
three total.
But
exactly.
in the first quarter, that's within the offense, and that's in the design. And I think he had 13, or did he had 9 points in the first quarter?
He had 7 in the first.
7 in the first.
18 in the second. and then got his 12 more he needed in the third. So, I mean, also that, very, very balanced in the way that scoring ended up coming to fruition.
It really was, and he did exactly what, is designed here for the Scotties offense and to achieve it. It was a special night here. Let's be honest. They couldn't have planned it better. And I don't know if you really can plan when a player's ever going to reach a milestone, but to do it on a night where you're saluting two championship teams from the past, one from 1973, the other one from 2003, to watch this 2023 team now become 18-1. And what is it with the 3 in the final digit of the year?
Right? I was thinking that same thing. I mean, obviously, we knew this was the 20-year anniversary of the 2003 team, just a legendary team that was, for sure. I mean, one of the greatest Hoosiers-esque stories in WPIAL history. But the 1973 team is one that kind of gets forgotten about. I mean, they were the all-time program-winning, record-holding team, making all the way to the state semis. Basically, that was the record-setting team until that 2003 squad. So, and really cool how many players still around to be able to come back, not only from the 03 team, but especially from that 73 team.
The 73 team literally was right in front of us the whole night, and I did not know who they were because I've never met them before. But to hear them throughout the night just chatter back and forth and get excited for what this team is about to achieve this year and have the opportunity that's in front of them. And to see them all go up and get so excited to watch Matt hit that 3 to take the all-time scoring lead here at Union. It was just a special night. But you've seen both teams, the 73 team and the 2003 team, really really be a big part of tonight's festivities and really got the crowd going up. I mean, you've just seen the pride and all of it. And when Coach Mark Stanley was out at midcourt for the 2003 team, and you can see how the players from that team just love that moment.
And you know what's funny, too, is I actually asked him yesterday. I said, so during halftime, are we going to drag you out of the locker room? He said, there's no way. There's no way. And then all of a sudden you see Coach Stanley, Coach Manafrank, current assistant, who was assistant back then, and also Steve Antuano, who is an art teacher here at Union, the Elwood City coach for about 5-6 years, stepped down after last season to go watch his kid. But he was one of the assistants. That was one of his first years teaching here at Union. And just he was part of that magical run, and he took what he was a part of and used that storyline with Elwood City's magical run 3 years ago. So just the full circle stories with this Scotties team are something to behold. And put it this way, there's about 100-some people still in this gym, and most of them are just waiting for a chance to talk to Matt Stanley. This is really cool. We're one of them when we have no problem in being fifth or sixth in line.
No, we don't mind waiting. It's like I said, it's a historic night all around and a special night for the Stanley family. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
This is Coach Mark Stanley's second stint as the head coach of the Scotties, and he made his mark his first time around, and he's making his mark his second time around. And he has 2 of his sons on actually 3 of his sons on the team. And it's really, and 1 on the coaching staff. So, I mean, it's
there
a
are
family
5
affair.
Stanleys on the bench.
It is a family affair, which is really, really exciting to watch and just to see the pride moment. And, be honest, you really didn't see a huge reaction out of Coach Stanley. He was more like, as you mentioned, relieved maybe to get past this all where they can really concentrate on the upcoming postseason and finish out strong here in the section play and get ready to be seeded in the Whipple tournament. And that, to me, is what I'm sure they're all talking about and getting excited. But to see everybody just really excited here and continue to talk and taking pictures, it really is a nice scene.
Yeah, this is the extended family that Matt's sitting with right now. While we have a moment, let's take a look at some of the other numbers. First off, we got to give a shout out to Levi Gray. Fantastic game from him tonight. 20 points, including 4 threes. I have him 4 of 6 from downtown on the night for Levi, so incredible numbers for him. 5 for Carson Notchman, 2 each for Sandbull, Marshall, Backer, and Hohenschel, and 1 for Chance Cottrell to round out the scoring for Western Beaver. Matt Stanley with 37, again now the all-time leading scorer. 13 for Lucas Stanley, 9 for Jaden Wynn, 7 for Cam Taylor, 4 for Peyton Lombardo, missed 8 for Caden Fisher, 2 each for Connor Eckert, Brennan Porter, and Dom Cusatrone. The depth of the scoring, something to behold, obviously, Tim, and that's why this team, it's not about the Matt Stanley 37-point night. It's going to be about the balance of offense that they're going to have throughout the postseason. Because he averages 15 a game. This is an outlier, and an outlier we were all expecting to see.
Yeah, it is an outlier, but in the same vein, it's good to know that if you ever in a situation where you need to rely on, and when you get into the playoffs, you do have to rely on your scorers sometimes to step up their game and opportunities where it's necessary down the stretch and maybe to take over a game. And we've seen that tonight. We've seen where Matt had that opportunity really to lead this team offensively scoring and do it really through the defense. He got 7 or 8 easy baskets on turnovers here tonight and did a terrific job throughout the evening, staying within the design of the defense to make the plays and to also to be able to become the scoring leader here at Union tonight, just doing everything in his powers and within the system. I mean, he had, how many assists did he have tonight?
He had to have had probably 6. I meant to go and get the official stats over there, but if I can see the stat keeper, I'd say I do see Mr. Meeks over there, so I will go try to run real quick, and I'll also flag down Coach Stanley while we're at it. Tim, just in general, I mean, again, tough to see because obviously this is a game where Union in control from the beginning, but Western Beaver, a potential playoff team. We've seen an Imani Christian team that has a front line of 6'4", 6'6", 6'8". Just kind of forecast what it could be potentially if those are the 1 and 2 seeds could potentially meet at the Pete would be pretty awesome.
It's going to be really a interesting matchup between these type of schools that are coming down. When you have a team that has that many players that can score and be part of an offense and have that size disadvantage that you're going to have. However, it's a combination of doing things that really matter. It's running your offense, it's running your defense, it's really choosing how you want to make the matchups work. You're going to try to get into the lanes, you're going to try to really get out on fast breaks and defensively. I've always said in basketball, your offense starts on your defensive side. So that's really going to be coming down to what is necessary for Union going forward when they get into the Whipple Championships and a tournament and doing what they do. But you can see the motion offense, they run it well, they get the cutters, they get the open shots from the corners and in the wings, and they're able to have enough shooters complement everybody around to make those plays. And there's a reason why this Scotty team is 18-1 on the season and undefeated in section play. They do a lot of things right. And the more you do right, the more opportunities you're going to have. And you're going to rise to a challenge. No one ever said a championship is easy. And I'll guarantee you, every coach will tell you it never is easy, no matter what the scoreboard looks like, no matter what the competition may or may not be. Winning a championship is hard, and it takes a lot of dedication, it takes a lot of work. And it takes a little luck, too. You need a couple breaks to go your way. But more importantly, when you're facing a team like Imani Christian, who has that size, defense really changes the game. If you could change the defensive score by causing some turnovers and shutting them down and making some stops, you don't need a lot, maybe 1 or 2 each quarter. That makes a huge difference in the outcome of a ball game. So I think that will be really key for Union going forward. If they can make those defensive stops, those extra stops going forward, I think that will take them to the next level, an opportunity to be that championship style team that everyone hopes this 23 team can join the 2003 team and the 1973 team as Whipple champions.
Tim, let's pass out some awards. The question is, which one for the play of the game? Is it the buzzer beater at the end of the first half, or is it the record breaker?
I think we got to go with the record breaker there, my friend.
It absolutely is. Our Mele Chiropractic Play of the Game award coming to Mr. Matt Stanley, who's coming our way. He'll receive that customized T-shirt as tonight's player of the game. He's the player of all time right now for the Scotties. See if I can get this. We'll go We'll go that way there, Matt. All right, you hear us all right, man?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, first off, let's get out of the way. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
How relieved, first off, that it's over and done with?
There's a lot of relief. It's like a lot of weight taken off your shoulders.
Well, I mean, I saw early third quarter. You missed a layup and then had one bounce off your hands. It looked like you were even giving yourself the calm down motion.
Yeah. I mean, they said it in the locker room, and I'm like, my dad said he's 13 away. Just, if you have a chance, give him the ball. And my teammates were great at being unselfish, but I think it might have jinxed me a little bit, put a lot more pressure on me in the second half.
Well, Tim was saying that too, right? Because it was once you got back into the flow of the offense that things started to go through. Just what does that say about your offense? You score better when it's in natural flow of it, rather than just going at it.
We got a lot of guys that can score. Peyton and Cam, they can shoot it from outside. Fish and Porter, they can score inside. And Lucas and Braylon and even Connor and Elijah off the bench, and even Jaden Winnenight, we just got guys who could come in and fill, and no one cares who's scoring. It's just who's ever scoring, we're giving the ball to, and we're just a very unselfish group.
One of the keys tonight, and just in general for your team, was the way your defense played. You were able to get into passing lanes and really challenge players straight up and cause a lot of turnovers. That led to a lot of easy points in the first half and really built that score. Just talk about how important your defense is to create the offense.
Like I said yesterday, like in practice, we were aggressive. We were kind of lackadaisical, and we weren't getting after each other on defense. And that's what we like to do, because if we're creating turnovers and getting points off turnovers, it helps our offense out, and that's what we just try to do. We just try to guard you 94 feet and just are trying to make it as tough as possible.
I guarantee you at least 10 to 12 of your points came on that, just making the steal and getting a lead pass, or you were finding the guy down low underneath. Your assist level was high tonight.
7.
You did a lot of things.
7, by the way.
Yeah,
7 assists.
I mean, so you may have 37 points in the game, but your overall game defensively was there, and I thought you were finding your teammates well and opportunities to get everybody involved.
Yeah, we got a lot of great guys. It's when I'm dishing the Fish and he's scoring, and I'm kicking out to Peyton and Cam, and those guys are just knocking down shots. We got a lot of weapons around the perimeter, and they're nice kickouts too.
Obviously, the festivities today with the 73 team and the 03 team being celebrated, you on the verge of becoming possibly the new scoring leader here at Union. How did you handle that all week coming into this game? Because I'm sure you heard about it all week. You're going to do it tonight. Even though it's, asking a lot, 37 points, it can be done. And I'm sure no matter where every corner you turn, you kept hearing about it.
Yeah, like leaving school, the two officers go, "Are you going to get 37? Dotson even said it to me in math class. He's like, "Are you going to get 37? And my teammate Connor Eckert turns to me and he's like, "Are you going to get the record tonight?" I'm like, "You guys are making it seem like 37's easy." But I just tried to play the game to win, and we just got a very unselfish group, and I'm fortunate to play with a lot of great teammates.
Let's talk about some of those teammates, especially one that you haven't had all year in your twin Mark. I mean, obviously hoping he can get back for postseason play, but just talk about how things have been different this year with all of that going on, with him not being on the court, somebody who you've been starting with for the last 3 years.
Mark's a huge part of our team, and him going down is a huge loss, but Fisher and Porter and Connor have done a great job of stepping up and filling that big man role, but Mark's turned into a player coach. He's talking to me on the bench. He's talking to guys at the bench. Even when I get home, he's in my ear talking to me about what I did wrong. I don't even know if he told me one thing I did right this season so far.
Did he say anything tonight?
Yeah, he said he gave me my credit tonight.
So how is it to have a family full of coaches?
It's good. When you walk in, you're going to get the bad before you get the good. So
now, which one talks the most, though, of all the Stanley group and of the Stanley coaches? It's got to be Anthony, right?
Ant does. Ant harps on Lucas the most, I will say. He gets on the youngest one the most.
That's brilliant, Coach Stanley. What more can we say about this fantastic kid that you've raised and now been part of your team for 18 years, part of this team for the last 4+?
Well, it's more of a credit to his mother than me.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, they're more afraid. She's the one they got to answer to. She knows, or they know. Like I said, I get mad at him. I might sit him down a minute, but I'm putting him back in. No, I mean, just what's fun is I hate talk because, as a coach, he's unselfish. I always think I was a little more selfish when I played. Jimmy Cleaver, my man, he probably would have had 1,700 if I'd have passed him the ball a little more. He only had 11. But it's a credit to the team. I mean, they, like I said, they feed off him. He's our guy. they find him, and then in return he finds them back. And so, like I said, it's you can't do without the team and what they've done, and I'm just proud of all of them, and them being, like I said, I think my boys are pretty solid off the court, which I'll take any day of the week, and I'm happier about that than all the achievements. You know, I'm proud of the achievements on the court, but let's face it, I want them to be good citizens off.
And they have been. All of your players have been.
Yeah.
Can speak from being in the district all this time. It's really nice to see that. Wanted to talk about the entire team real quick, Coach. I mean, you had hockey line changes coming in, 10 players that you're not afraid to rotate in and out at any moment. I mean, there's very little teams in all of the WPIAL, nevertheless a 1A team that can do that sort of thing, and you've done it really for 3 straight years.
Yeah, you know, our skill level's very good. You know, when I was with Al Campman at Elwood, we talked about it, and he always said the one thing, you know, shoot the ball, be able to handle the ball. And I always tell these guys the most important thing we do every day is shoot, because you can run any play in the book, and if it doesn't go in the hoop, it doesn't matter. Well, we can look bad at times, but we seem to shoot it really well. And tonight, I mean, Wynn hit some big threes. Lucas hit some threes. Matthew shot looked good. Peyton always shoots. You know, he's a
and he didn't hit one tonight.
No, he didn't. That's what I'm saying. Then, you know,
Yeah.
but then there's Cam stepping up. And then when you miss, you got a guy like Fisher and Porter. Fisher plays above them, and then Porter just beats you up below it. And, you know, and like I said, they've stepped up, and we still got a big boy waiting to come in.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get him healthy. And like I said, that's just, you know, just adds to it. So, but these guys, I mean, how much fun, you know, it's just a credit to them.
One thing I talked to Matt earlier about, and I just figured I might ask you, talk about your defense and how it really has stepped up when you needed it to, getting into the lanes and creating the turnovers to try to get those easy buckets, and how important that it will be going forward, just that defense to create the offense.
Well, that's one thing that we try to stress, and you know, that's another thing. Coach Campman, we always talk, have you ever seen Elwood, the old Elwood teams play, how hard they played? That was from him. This one is from former players and how hard they play. These guys will guard you. Like when teams are comparing us, you know, oh, if these play here, we're going to guard you. We'll score with you, but I think one thing we'll do, we'll wear you down on defensive end. I think Cam Taylor had the biggest one today. We're up 20, loose ball on the floor. Who's on the floor diving after? That's kind of stuff that, you know, it's ingrained in them, and I appreciate it for it. I mean, I jumped them a little bit yesterday. We were kind of acting like fat cats, but they snap right back to it. So defensively, we feel like everything feeds off that. You're going to get some looks, but, man, we're going to make you work. And then when you work so hard and you do get an easy one, then we're laying it in down the other one, and there we are. And, you know, so.
Got one more question for each of you. First off, did you know did you know that 3-pointer was for the record at the end? Like, were you able to keep track with the math brain out there, or are you just in the game?
I did know it was for the record, and what's funny is Fish told me when I came out, he said, I assisted your 1,000th point, and I assisted your record. So I said, that's pretty cool.
And both on a 3-pointer, right?
Yes, both were a kick-out 3-pointer. So
how about that?
Yeah.
And then the other question I want to ask you, Coach, is he also passed you tonight, obviously. The question is, how many would he still have to get if there was a 3-point line back when you played?
Man, I don't know how many I had. I know how many I shot. You know, Coach Cavelli, God rest his soul, he used to tell me, you know, if you had the three, and I told him, I don't know how many I'd have. I said, but I'd have shot a lot. I'll give myself 2,000 because no one can dispute it, right? But, you know, like I said, he's in great company. The Nogue brothers, I've seen him play. Like I said, that, you know, Robbie was, man, when he could stroke it like anybody. Donnie was athletic as all get out. So, and when we get together, we're never saying, hey, we're here, you're here. You know, it's nice to have. And, you know, I know Robbie, Mr. Nogue was there rooting for him too, and I'm sure Donnie was too. It's you know, it's a nice on anybody that's on that board. One of my best friends still, Jimmy Cleaver's up there, Craig Hannon. I mean, you know, it's a nice honor. But I think anybody on that board will trade all those points to win the WPIAL or have a chance at it and do what you know, just like in football. These guys, they've been special. It's a special group.
Let's hope that we can make that. You know, the year's ending in 3. Keep that special run going. Guys, thanks so much for joining us. Congratulations again, Matt. Congrats, Coach, and see you Monday morning.
Thanks for doing this.
Before you go, Matt, we also have, I'll take that from you, our very rare times that we got to get a double picture from you as our player and play of the game award recipient. But you're more than welcome. You're more than welcome to give one of them away to somebody else. I mean, if you really want to give, I don't know. Do we really want to give Fish love? Fish gets it for the dunk and the assist. That works. We like that. Thank you guys so much. Congratulations again.
Best of luck.
Thank you, man.
See you down the road. Hope.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely, we
no
will.
No question about it.
Oh.
Congratulations to all.
Just like Coach Seven, we talked yesterday. If he's close, we're going to go for it, and they got it done. Here's the other numbers, though, that really boggle me, Tim. Yeah, 37 points, 3 threes, 7 assists, 6 steals, 9 rebounds as well. I mean, literally just very close to a potential quadruple double.
It's a game where if it was a closer game and you're putting up these type of numbers, which you'll probably get in the playoffs, a triple double's not out of the question because he didn't play in the fourth quarter. You're playing with a running clock, so you don't have the same amount of opportunities you would have in a close game. Now, I'm not saying he has to score 37 points for a double, a triple double, but was it out of the norm to say if he got his normal 15 to 18 points a game type scenario and picked up 10 rebounds and 10 assists? It would not surprise me if we see that happen once we get to the tournament time.
And got to give a shout out too, by the way, because the number 5 all-time girls basketball scoring leader, and still technically the all-time Union basketball, boys or girls, is Carolyn Busby. In the early 2000s, scored 17,046. Matt is the all-time boys leading scorer. It's very easy for us to accidentally omit the men's versus the women's, and we don't do that intentionally. We hope everybody understands that because it is, yes, a different game. But you look at what, Lori Johnson, everything she did with Newcastle. I mean, she's the leading scorer at Newcastle. We always talk about last year Mike Wells going up the all-time leaderboard and getting to second all-time. We kept saying second all-time because we're looking at the boys' standings because that's the way that they end up being ranked in all-time. So just wanted to make sure that was clarified for everyone out there, and give a huge shout-out to Ms. Busby, who, by the way, graduated in 2003.
Of course.
Of course. And that's the thing, too, because she also flies under the radar with that because that 2003 team for the boys' side did what they did. So, just, somebody who definitely goes overlooked as well with that, but wanted to give a shout-out to her because she's a top 5 all-time. But by the end of this, Matt may be the all-time leading scorer for both the boys and the girls squad. Scores, we just got finals thanks to Tweety Bird here next to us. Newcastle, they're going to basically clinch up the section title. They defeat Central Catholic on the road 67-53. Sewickley Academy traveling to Laurel. Laurel wins 55-36. That one should just about wrap up a playoff spot for the Spartans. A big win there over the Panthers. New Brighton, where Neshannock was tonight, Neshannock wins 70-49, and Mohawk traveling to Riverside, they win 69-57. So a pretty good night for Lawrence County hoops action. Your final score here again, 89-39 Union over Western Beaver. Tim, just real quick, a quick final thought. We have our LCAP player of the game, our Mele Chiropractic player of the game, both going to Matt Stanley, well-deserved, now the all-time leading scorer here at the U.
A special night. Great to see it capped off on that 3 by Matt to top the boys list for all-time scorer here at Union. But more importantly, it's just the atmosphere I think you've seen here.
Yeah.
The community pride of the years gone by. Like I said, we had the distinct pleasure to have quite a few of the 73 teams sitting right in front of us here in the stands, and they were just gracious and fun and talked to pregame, postgame, halftime the entire time, and to see them get the cheers and the accolation they got at halftime, and the same with the 2003 team was really special. But more importantly, as you look back at what they achieved, it is what this 2023 Scotties team is now 18-1, undefeated in section play, and has an opportunity to be a number 1 or maybe a number 2 seed overall going into their tournament. To me, what this is all about right now is getting ready for the Whipple and having an opportunity to to make their mark, to go along with what we've seen celebrated today here in the 1973 and then 2003 team.
Glad you could join us, Tim. This is a blast.
It was a lot of fun.
We have to thank Matt, Mark Stanley, everyone here at Union, obviously. Kelly Cleaver, Denham Bowen helping out with the tech stuff. Katie Walzer running the Twitter. And you see our little friend who's been on the computer all year long there, Tim. That is the pixelated Matt Stanley, that was created in Mr. Canciello's class. And was one random day he ended up on the back of our LCAP laptop here, and you know what? He's been on there ever since. The team ended up making it all the way to Cumberland Valley for football, and the Oregon Stanley was here tonight to witness history, the now all-time leading scorer for boys basketball here at Union. Matt Stanley, congratulations to him, and thanks to everybody for watching us live or archived. Your final score one last time, Union 89, Western Beaver 39. You got to catch it all right here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. Thanks to everyone, and have a great night, everyone. All right. The best part about this, we don't have to do anything.
Oh, really? You don't have to do anything?
Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.